It's Halloween, go outside if you dare.
Hello everyone. It is October 29th. Well, right now it's the 28th, but I'm doing this for the 29th. So this is Octoberween Day 29. And I have another tray, and this one also has not been done for a couple of years. And so it's time to revisit this one. And so I got some pretty glitters. The yellow one is glow in the dark. And I'm going to use the yellow only with some UV resin on the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Now I have to do this kind of quickly on the cure, the fast cure, because I'm using the low viscosity, and it is the Let's Resin brand. So we're going to add quite a bit of this little glitter here. And get it mixed in there nicely. And this is just because I want the eyes to be kind of glowy, so I can find things that I put into the tray in the dark. As long as it gets charged, right? Okay, so I'm going to put some of this on each eye and then try to spread it out without it going over. Try to get it all the way to the tips of the eye. All right, I think that's good enough for a second. You never know till the UV hits it. Yeah, it's not ready yet. Well, darn it. Let's add just a little bit more glitter onto there at this tip. And right here. Luckily, I hit it only for a second or two, so it hasn't cured all the way. And we all know my cataracts have issues with seeing shiny things. Kind of blinds me a little bit. Well, a little bit more, shall I say. Okay, let's go ahead, hit it again. That's much better. So I'm just going to kind of quick cure this one right now. Keep it from leaking over. All right. I'll go ahead and do just the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And then, actually, I'll probably just do both eyes for right now for you. And finish the rest off camera. So that I can bring you back and show you what's still going to be going on. Because I'm doing more to it. Then, of course, just shiny eyes. I know I've done a lot more glowy projects this year than I have before. And you're all probably getting real tired of it. Okay, I think that's enough on that one for now. Let's see. Yes. Awesome. All right, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to get the rest of that on the nose and the mouth, and we'll be back. All right, now for the next step. I have these red. They're supposed to be glass, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm dumping these down in the sides. Single layer. Some of them are a little large. Oops. Well, I'm just going to pop them all over. But these are like a nice cherry red. And I want good full coverage down there in that ridge. And only single layer. And of course, we use the tool to make sure that that happens. And you don't really want to force them. That way you don't force it against your mold and warp the mold a little bit or your product. That one up here needs closed up there. That one's kind of large, so it's just sort of up there. When they're stubborn. It will be kind of difficult to find the ones that fit where. But it'll have to be done to get the effect I want. All right, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to finish filling these in. I'll show you the next step. All right, I think I've got the entire edge covered. My next step is the stem needs to be green. So it's just going to be green glitter going in just as it is. Some of it will float. Some of it will stay stuck. I have to do this whole thing in layers. Because I do want this glitter stuck to my mold. And I do want that red to go where it's supposed to go. Hello. There we go. Move that around a little bit. Okay. And let's go ahead and, whoops, don't want the silicone down in there. It'll stick to that. Okay. Now my next step is to go ahead and mix up some epoxy. And I'm just going to pour a layer of epoxy to seal those those red stones in and that glitter. All right, back after it's mixed. Okay, we're back. Time to pour this in. I only want to go edges here. And there's a lot of bubbles in this resin because it was cold when I started out. I did have it trying to warm on the tray. I know, I always go quiet when I'm pouring. But that's probably a blessing to most of you, right? I did spray a little bit of alcohol down in this because of the bubbles that's in the resin. Now that's as much as I want in there because I only want to set those stones. So I'm going to color this up real quick. And I'm going to do it with, oh, I don't know. What colors do I have now in this? Oh, I've got brown and black. So let's go with some more brown. Right there it is. We'll do the same color. And, geez. That should be enough for that little batch. And basically, I'm going to let you go while this settles and sets some. I'll be back in about an hour. And there we go. All right, back soon. Okay, so next we need to siphon off a little bit of this. So let's do that real fast. And yes, I've already got it mixed, so it cuts through the time. Probably about, oops, probably much more than I needed. But for that, we're going to mix this. And, oh, now I pulled out some green. I know I did. Or maybe not. I didn't. There we go. All right. I want the stem to glow a little, not grow, glow a little. So we're just going to put in a smidgy amount. Well, if I can get it to come out. A little bit more, maybe. And we're going to put some of the glitter in. Okay, so it's a lot of glitter. This here will move out of my way. Have to get this set up first. Okay, that's mixed up. Set that back up there for a minute. And then we're going to go with some more of the yellow glow powder or glitter. Oh, maybe a little bit more of that. And then I want to put in some of this rainbow orange red. Now only the yellow glitter glows. And then to give it just a little bit help, some Let's Resin Yellow glow in the dark. All right, let's get that mixed in. That's looking pretty good. Now we need a drop or two of glue down in here for suspension reasons. 1, 2. And I'm going to put one in the green. And that wasn't a full drop. So let's get this one mixed in real fast. I'll go ahead and use a different stick for the green. Oops, my arm, it hit that. I'm sorry. And the reason for the glue is not just the suspension of the powder and glitter, but because I'm going to try to keep the green in the stem and the orange mixture in the rest of the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern. Okay, so I'm going to set that there. Mix this a little bit more. And we're going to pour this. And let's get it going. Okay, you need to hurry. Ah, it's infiltrating. No, no, no. Let's try to push it backwards a little. Okay. Let's get some more of this in. I have to get another mold out here real quick. So I'm going to set this here. And we're going to grab one of the molds that needs to be finished. Matter of fact, I think there are 2 that we're going to finish off. And we're going to use the green in this guy. I want only a drop in there for right now because this guy's chin is actually taller than the rest of the mold. And I want to make sure I can get any bubbles out of there, so we're going to use my little cookie tool here. And get down in his chin. Try not to dislodge anything. There we go. Keep it held sideways for half a minute while we turn sideways. Continue to fill here. And there we go. Now we set it down. This one's definitely going to be interesting. Okay, we're going to just dump the rest of this down in this one. Now, in case you don't see it, I do. His chin is trying to empty out again. So I'm going to try to push this into there. Make sure there's no bubbles. And I also noticed that under some of these edges, They're missing a little bit too. All right, that should do it for that. The temptation to just say, you little booger. Oh wait, I just did, didn't I? Okay, we'll let that flow back down in there. Wipe that off. Okay, definitely need to fill the pumpkin a little bit more. And a little bit more. Gonna stop that there. I'm trying to turn sideways here and see where we're sitting at. Okay. And I see that it's trying to come down here more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this little stick under there. Okay. And going sideways again, folks, sorry. A little bit more and it's done. And then we put the rest into the other mold until it's full. It's really hard to tell where it's at because part of it's clear. And a slight bit more. Okay, that should even everything out. Now the rest goes into this one, as far as it'll go. And when you have the glue, you have to remember to stop ahead of time because it's thick and it will possibly overflow very quickly on you. I think it could use a little bit more. Going sideways. Okay, that one's domed. This is good. That's good. And so the rest goes into the owl. This is going to be a very, very interesting owl. Sorry about that blue flashing light. Down the side of that. I'll have to catch that since I'm not on the heat mat with it. Okay, I think that's all good. All right, I'll pause you and we'll be back when it's cured. All right, everyone, let's get this job done. Let's do the extras first. We all know that this one here is the skull and bones little dish. Now, did he come out with all his chin? Oh, he did. Yay. And this is the type of mold you do absolutely necessary. It's necessary to file it and do things like this and remove extra stuff in order to have all those pieces filled in. And you'll have to, file it down because they're very sharp. But it'll be a job well done when you're done. And while it's still somewhat soft, that's the best time to do it. But I'm not going to continue to finish this right now. I'm just getting some of the more major stuff off. So all the tips of the bones are there now. Oh look, a bubble. But the rest of it's all there. Even after many pours, there's some bubbles on the inside here. So they're a little sharp as well. Okay, that's the skull and bones. Now this is the one I don't know really what it is. Oh, I do, I think. I think when I started pouring it, I knew. All right, let's see if I can get my hands to do this. Okay, we got one face starting to be revealed. Oh, for goodness sake. Come on. Up. Come on now. Oh, definitely wasn't Halloween. But it is now. Oh my goodness, it grabs itself too. Set that down for half a moment. Get this back the normal way. Okay, there's that one. Oops, I forgot to put this guy back. All right, so what we have is faces. Women's faces. And it's got feathers in the hair right here. So I would say she is a Native American. And it's on both sides. Got a rose. And she does have some bubbles through here. I should have tried to do better with that. Okay, now for our main course. Get these sticks out of the way. Probably could have used a little bit more here because his nose, I think I built it too tall. There we go. It's starting to peel away. Okay. Ooh, he's not bad. No sharp edges, no bubbles. Yay! It's kind of a bubbly situation there, and part glittery. So that's because the glitter was touching the mold. Okay. Now I'm going to pause you and charge these and see what we get. All right, back in a moment. And there they glow. And our jack-o'-lantern. Okay, I'll get some stills and post this up. All right, love y'all. Peace. Oops, hold on. Peace out.